Hi all. Today's video is about repair these headphones. They asked me to fix them. And according to my friend, the sound disappeared in both speakers. Headphones are equipped with a microphone, so the mini jack is 4-pin. On one of the wires going to the headphones is a remote control. It has only one button. The headphone model is written on the headband, and the manufacturer is Samsung. To begin with, I decided to personally verify the malfunction of the headphones and inserted them into my phone. As you can see, nothing happens and the phone does not detect headphones. I decided to start the repair by calling mini jack. But before doing this, I will explain what each pin on the connector serves for. The first pin is for the left channel signal. Second for the right. But with a third and fourth contact, everything is not so simple. There are two options here, microphone and general or general and microphone. The fact is that there are two standards for such connectors, OMTP and CTIA. The first was used until the end of 2011, and the second is used from the beginning of 2012. Of course, I will assume that I have the second option under repair since the headphones are not very old. For continuity, take a multimeter and put its switch in the measurement range up to 200 ohms. We apply the probes to the mini jack and look at the resistance of each contact in relation to other contacts. As you can see, there is no resistance between the contacts, which tells us that somewhere there was a wire break. Next, I decided to ring the speakers. To get to them, you have to disassemble the headphones. To do this, remove the ear pads. I use a screwdriver to pry the latches and remove the covers. As you can see, the wires on the speaker are intact and there is no break. We call both speakers. The multimeter shows 32 ohms. For headphone speakers, this is quite normal resistance. Then we also call the second speaker. He has the same. Conclusion, they work. Then it became interesting to me, at least one reason was whole or everything was cut off, and began to ring between the contacts of mini jack and speakers. There were no results here. Complete breakage of all 4 wires. Then I decided to ring the wires between the speakers. This is the resistance through one speaker. And 64 ohms is the total impedance of the 2 speakers. It also suggests that these terminals comes the wires of the left and right channels. And these terminals will naturally have low resistance, since the same wire comes to them, a common one. With the help of all these manipulations, we found out that the wire between the speakers is whole, and the wire going to the mini jack is broken. I carefully inspect the entire wire for any damage. I also pull the wire a little along the way, so how the outer insulation can be intact, and the wire passing inside may be broken. And the rubber will stretch. Right here, just I find a suspicious place. Wire free, stretched, as if there's nothing inside. In addition, on the wire are some suspicious lines. This is exactly where the solid wire comes in with mini jack. It comes right into this rubber seal that should have a solder. This is where the speaker wires come from the left side. They connect to the mini jack wire. With a clerical knife, I carefully cut the rubber seal and the wire fell out by itself. Inside, you can see tinned solder joints and a broken piece of wire. When I cleaned the rubber completely, everything became more or less clear. There are 4 wires here. Left, right, general, he is the earth, and the wire going to the microphone. A broken piece of wire sticks out on one solder. Again, as before, we find a common wire on headphones and try to find it on the spike. Here, the resistance shows 0 ohm, so this common wire, we remember it both on twisting and on dynamics. Then in the same way we look for reason for the right speaker, remember it. And in exactly the same way we are looking for the wire of the left dynamics. We find it and remember it. Then we take the other end of the wire coming from the mini jack and remove the rubber insulation from it. Then take the sandpaper and fold it in half. We clamp the wire in the middle and carefully remove the insulating varnish. We do this until we see the shine of copper. We clean the rest of the wires in the same way. After stripping the wire is completely you can ring from mini jack to the ends. All vanes are ringing, which means a whole reason. Now that we have found out that all the wires at both ends are intact, you can solder them. But before you do this, you need to put on a heat shrink tube. We solder the wires coming from the side of the mini jack to the corresponding wires from the headphones. The color of the wires can also be used as an additional guideline. Before soldering, the wires, of course, must be tinned. After we all neatly soldered, lay the wires along the wire in this way so that they do not touch each other in bare places. Then carefully put the tube on the junction, adjusting the wires. Using a lighter, heat up the tube. It is necessary to heat evenly for a long time without lingering in one place so as not to melt the tube and wire. Then we take a thread with a needle and stitching we connect both ends of the wire. This will add strength to the connection. Then we stretch another heat shrink from above. It is desirable, of course, to take it to match the color of the wire. After we installed it in its place, also heat with a lighter. On this headphone, repair can be considered finished. In a similar way, you can repair any headphones, large and small, with or without a microphone. If you liked the video, please like it. Click on the bell. Subscribe to my channel and all.